Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, this is a video specifically focusing on Rephr, and I'm going to be explaining why the title says what it says. But I'm going to do my makeup as we get into it, just so that I'm doing two things at once. And so let's get straight into it. If you guys watch my videos consistently, you will know that I did a video where I talked about products that I was so hyped about and then I was disappointed by. In that video, I had mentioned that Rephr, which is a company that primarily sell brushes, and in that video I had spoken about some of those brushes not being the type of brushes that I prefer. And I wanted to stress it in that video. If I'm not mistaken, I did say, like I prefaced, there was nothing wrong with the brushes. They weren't bad. I just have a preference with brushes, and it just so happened that some of the brushes didn't work out for me. And you guys know I do pride myself on being very honest with my reviews. My integrity is very important to me, and so if something doesn't perform well, if it's not up to the likings of my makeup preferences, I'm gonna say that. Now that said, we fast forward, I want to say maybe a few days after that video had gone live, I get this message, and it's directly from the Rephr Instagram account. And I'm kind of confused. Well, why would I get a message from them? And I was thinking maybe it's because I had used a brush in a video. Sometimes I get that with other companies, like thank you for using our products. I kind of thought that's what it was. I opened it up and it was like pretty lengthy letter. I immediately flashed back to this one particular company that I had a bad experience with PR. I'm not on the Rephr PR list. I did purchase the eyeshadow brushes that I was speaking about in that video. And in this letter, they basically said, we apologize that the brushes didn't work out for you, and they were going to offer me a refund. And I was very honest with them. I said, I don't want the refund. I made the decision to purchase the products, and I don't think it's right for me to get a refund. It's not that I didn't like the products, it's just that some of them weren't my preferences, but I'm still gonna use them. And that was my sentiment when I was making that video. And they were just so nice and so professional. I'm gonna show you guys, this has been our communication. Come on, have you ever spent that much time talking one-on-one? This is not even a customer service phone call. This is their direct Instagram account. And furthermore, they asked me, okay, what specifically about the brushes was it? And I think I owe it to them, just because of how professional they were. I need to clarify. The brushes itself, the bristles, phenomenal. I love white hair brushes. Some of my favorite ones from Rephr, the ones that I always use, number 14. I love the number 14. I love the number 27. This is a phenomenal brush. I love their packer brushes. The only brushes that I don't necessarily prefer to use is something like a number 15. The brush itself is great. It's just that with any brush that I use, if it doesn't have as much give, say at the base of it, it's so structured, so the give on the top isn't as good, but there's a purpose for that, right? These brushes are great for packing on color and getting that rich pigmentation. So there's purpose for it, but in my preferences for brushes, this is not something that I go for, and that's what I meant. The brushes themselves though are high quality. So if I didn't make that clear in that video, I do want to take the time to address that, because I don't want to be misunderstood to think that Rephr brushes are bad. They're not. And so I did tell them all of those things that I had mentioned. And the communication between us was instant. Once I send something, I didn't really have to wait long to get a response back. And although it was professional, it also felt very comfortable, like you were just talking to a friend. And then they had offered to send me some more brushes. And I was a little hesitant at first to say yes, because I never want to come across as I'm going to say something bad so that I can get something in return. Businesses are businesses, and especially if they have great practices, I wouldn't want to take away anything from them. But I did ended up agreeing to receiving the brushes, and they were kind. I was thinking that I was gonna get maybe 1 or 2 brushes, honestly speaking. When I say I was floored with what they were going to send me, I don't want to speak specifically about what those are because I don't want it to come across as, oh my gosh, look at what I have. I would have been grateful for the experience regardless of whether or not I got 0 brushes or I got 30. This video is about their customer service. And the reason that this strikes me so much, and I felt like it needed a video of its own, is because I've had experiences with PR, mind you, products that they just give me to try out just to make me feel bad about my honest review. I purchased these products myself when I made the Rephr reference in that video. They owe me nothing. They owe me nothing. And for them to reach out in the professional way that they did, I'm just shocked. I'm shocked. I've never experienced it before. If that doesn't speak volumes of their professionalism, the pride they have in their products, and their dedication to their brand and their customers, if that doesn't speak volumes of it, you know what I mean? I remember after our first initial conversation, I sat there and I was like, when does this ever happen? I feel like the kindness that I've gotten from companies has always come from smaller businesses. But for a company like this, I mean, I think they're pretty reputable at this time to initiate this sort of customer relationship. I can't believe it. So going back to my experience about the PR, this was years ago. I was sent a product. No, I think I was sent 2 on 2 different occasions. And I had mentioned that the product was good. The only thing that I said was that I didn't like the smell. And I got a very snarky response from the company. It was PR. PR, you just write. We all know what PR is. And I remember feeling so bad because it was really early on YouTube and I felt like I was doing something wrong. And maybe people don't see this as a point of YouTube. PR can feel like pressure. And I completely understand if a company who is giving PR, maybe they take you off the list. It makes perfect sense business-wise. If someone that you're giving your products to isn't liking them or it's not working out for them, of course you want to save yourself from the negativity and also find other people that maybe it might be working for. But this particular company made me feel as if what I said was wrong. And so I remember being very traumatized at the time because they were a pretty good brand. In Rephr's case, I guess, and I think that's why it shocked me when they contacted me. This wasn't PR. This was products that I bought myself and did an honest review on, and it wasn't even bad. But they still took the time to contact me and let me know, hey, sorry it didn't work out. What can we improve on? I'm still speechless. So here we are right now, and I am currently using some of the stuff that they had gifted me. You had seen me use the foundation brush. This one here, this is the number 31. And you know what? Before we even talk about these gifted brushes, I had asked them, I said, would it be okay if I do a video and talk about my customer service experience with you guys? And their response was, please don't feel pressured to do that. We did this because we wanted to do this. And they were grateful that, I was willing to do it. And I told them no. This needs to be known. Your customer service needs to be recognized and commended. And they straight up told me be honest about the products. So whether it was gifted to me or whether I purchased it, they literally told me, just be honest. And so I am gonna be honest with it. Again, I told you I pride myself on my honesty, but they left it up to me on how I'm going to go about talking about it. They told me to do what I wanted to do and that they were thankful either way. I love you, Rephr. I cannot sing your praises enough. And let me say again, this is not about the refund. This is not about the extra gifts. They're nice. They weren't necessary, but they gave the option to me. And now that I'm getting into these brushes, I can be very like specific. This is what I mean about brushes. There's give on this brush. There's give on this brush. There's not as much give on this brush, but they're all good bristles. So I prefer brushes like these, but this doesn't make it a bad brush. It just has a bit more stiffness at the base for the pigmentation, so packing on color. I didn't tell you what those brushes were. So for my powder, I had used the number 22. For my bronzer, I had used the number 30. This foundation brush, it's the number 31. And then this blush brush, that's what I'm going to use it for. This is a brush. This is the number 5. I love. They're so freaking soft, man. I want to give that, oh, this is a good brush. Number 18. Now I do like my MAC brush. I do, but this might be my new favorite. Did you see how beautifully that went on? This brush is so soft. Oh, this is a beauty, this one. So I'm gonna use my number 27 brush, which I really like. This has got some give. It's super soft. And if you're wondering the comparison, I think this is softer than a MAC 217. Not that I hate a 217, I love me my 217, but this is softer. And so now when it comes to Rephr brushes, I know which ones didn't work out for me and which ones I can buy multiples of. I'm one of those people, okay? I like to have multiples of a brush that I love. Now I'm going to use the number 15, which is that dense brush that I was talking about. I'm going to use a darker color and use it on the outer corner, and you'll see why this is the brush that it is. You see that? You see how much pigment that put on? And this is, I would say, a blending brush. I would consider this a blending brush. And so oftentimes with blending brushes, you think, oh, it's gonna, buff out and all of that. This one, I would say, is a little bit better at packing on without it being so precise like some of these shader brushes. Like this brush is super, super soft, but I just prefer to have a little less pigment. And you guys know this if you are on my channel for some time. I just prefer to build than to pack on. But if I did want to pack on, this will probably be the brush that I pick out first. If you guys have ever experienced Rephr brushes, let me tell you, if you are in love with the quality of their brushes, you are going to absolutely be floored by their customer service. I can't believe that they reached out to me from a video that I didn't necessarily, speak the best of them. Rephr, if you ever needed a job reference, let me know. I will write you the best letter ever. They were so freaking nice when they didn't have to be. This is the number 2, by the way. This is very similar to the 239, the Packer brush from MAC. So if you like that brush, but maybe it's too expensive for you, I'd wait for a sale and pick this one up. They're very, very similar. Should I show you how to use a pencil brush? I'm going to use the number 3. Look at that. And see, this brush doesn't have as much give. I don't like that in a blending brush, but I like it on these types of brushes. So preference was the issue. It was never the brush. Every other company is going to have to live up to the experience that I had with Rephr. I hope everyone is going to live up to it, but I doubt it. At least I know there are companies out there that believe in professionalism, believe in honesty, and believe in their brand. I do want to pick out some of my favorite brushes in case you are interested. So the number 27, this is my recommendation for a blending brush. I believe it's currently sold out, but just be on the lookout for it. I know you're not going to be disappointed. I love this brush, especially for outer corner work. I use this to death. This is the number 14, and I'm going to have to pick up another one of those. If you're looking for a chubby pencil brush, like I really love this brush, the number 12. If you're wanting to get another shader option from the MAC 239, I suggest the number 2. And then lastly, that really small detailed pencil brush, the number 3, really good. Now that I've tried the face brushes, can we talk about this blush brush? I'm obsessed. I might just want to use this blush brush for forever. The highlighter. This brush here, this is a tapered brush, number 18. I mean, you saw my reaction. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me in this video, and a huge thank you to Rephr for really giving me the best customer service experience ever. If you guys are on the hunt for some new brushes and want to support a well-deserving company, I really do recommend Rephr. I can speak honestly for myself that I know I would be going back to Rephr and purchasing more brushes, because I'm a firm believer in supporting companies that truly are professionals and have the utmost respect for their customers. And now more than ever, I know I will be getting that with Rephr. I will be listing all of the products that I use on my face in the description box down below. It's a very simple look, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to put this on Instagram, so be sure to check out the description box if you're interested in any of the products, and I will be linking them as well. Just remember that they are magic links, so it's affiliated, and I do make a small commission every time you make a purchase. And if I haven't said it enough already, I do appreciate it very, very much. Till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys. Check out Rephr.